Okay, Jack attacker aces. We need the aces here, and we need the jacks on top. We do our false shuffles as usual. Now, you need to make sure the audience, the spectator, picks an ace. Now, what I like to do is cut to the middle, keep a break, spread to the break, and then classic force one of those four aces. And then cut the aces back to the top. Alternatively, you could just force an ace with a simple side slip, and then you know what ace they're getting. Point is, you need to know the ace because so you need to know the jack that they pick because the ace, the same suit is third from the top of the face-up pile. So if you classic force and you get the other three on top, you basically need to have a quick look what those aces are to find out what the ace that was picked is, or you could even just, do this sort of thing. It doesn't matter. I suppose if you do a basic force, then you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, that's what happens. So I now know that they've picked the jack of diamonds. In that case, I need to have the jack of diamonds third here. I now go into what's known as the afters shift by the legendary Ed Marlowe. What I'm doing is I'm getting a break over the three. Sorry. Before we get into afters, we need to take the jack and return it to the deck. It does have to end up under the three jacks. So the easiest way to do that would be to do what's called a tilt move. And all I do is I get a break under the three jacks and do a little tilt here. That's known as a tilt. And from the front it looks pretty normal, but from the back there's this big gap. And then I take their card without looking at it and I prod and I place it into the gap, and from the front it looks like it's going into the middle, and I even push from the bottom, the back of the card, to create the illusion that it goes in. But all it does is put the jack, their chosen jack, forth from the top, which is where you need it. A simpler version would be simply to have it returned and then, triple cut to the top for the beginner, and then once their card is on top, 1, 2, 3, 4 single cards as if you're overhand shuffling and then back to the top. That would be a very simple way of getting it forth, followed by a couple of false cuts or a couple of false shuffles. So now their card is still fourth and the jacks are all on top. Now we move into afters, a move invented by Ed Marlowe. And all you're doing here is you get a break under the top three. Now my little finger is connected after at least one major operation. So unfortunately nowadays I use my big finger to keep the breaks. Doesn't matter. You get a break under the top three. You bring the jacks over and you pick up all three cards, which is the jacks under the ace. Now to do the afters, you now need to get the next card, which is this top one, which is their card, and just sort of grab it with the thumb at the back and lift that. So it's there, but there's a little gap at the back where their card is. So you've got the three on top, then you manoeuvre this single one and then pick that up, so there's a little gap there. Okay, that's the afters, beginning of the afters move. Now you take one ace and you slide that underneath everything. You take the second ace and you slide that underneath everything. But as you do that, you drop at the break, and the illusion's perfect, because now you have two aces underneath their card. That's the third ace, which you push underneath. Now you don't do anything with the fourth ace, because that's seen there. Okay? That's afters. Okay. Would you like to go through that again, folks? I will do, very quickly. Okay. So, there's the aces, there's the jacks. Fourth jack is their card. You get a break under the top three. You take the aces, you grab all the cards above the break. You get the next one as well. Little break underneath that. First ace goes underneath, second ace goes underneath. Drop everything at the break. Third ace, and then That's it, there's the 4th ace. That goes down, you bring this ace to the top. Now, they think these are all aces, but in fact there are 3 face down jacks. Now you do an Elmsley count. There's a separate video on this, so I'm not going to go into it, but basically you're showing one card as magically turned face down. This last one goes to the bottom. Then you do the Elmsley count again, and you show 2, and you can even spread the last 2 as 1 to show 2. You do another Elmsley count to show 3, and again it's 1, 2, sorry, this time you go 1, 2, and spread everything above the bottom card to show a 3. And then finally, an Elmsley will show that all cards are face down. What's good about this is now, if the card which corresponds with their suit is now, well basically it's second and it's face up. Second from bottom face up. So you say, what was the suit of your card? Watch, I can make that ace turn face up. And there's 2 cards there, but you keep them as 1. That's the ace of diamonds. That's quite amazing. They go down. Maybe even the spectator's hands go, they are the aces in the minds of the spectators. You put the ace on the deck. Now you either just do a simple cut into the middle. I prefer to do a pass, which looks much more magical because it looks like the ace just disappears. I'm not getting into the pass right now, but needless to say, there's literature out there. It's not an easy move, but you're basically breaking the bottom and doing a cut basically under cover of the hand there. But I'm not gonna get into that. So we fire through. This is great. This is great. Look at this. Now 4 aces are in the middle. Now they know the aces should be there. Not only that, in the middle of the aces is their card. And finally you say to them, and turn over those aces, and they are the other jacks. For a great finish to a great trick. Thank you.